Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. Hey, listen, I know we're at a time where a lot of people are going through different things with their children in terms of they're getting out on their own, they're leaving the nest for the first time, and we have so many things that are on our minds about their safety, their well-being, decision making, things like that. And one of the things that we probably don't initiate with them is, everything from a financial standpoint, especially the aspect of credit. A lot of times we really don't have aspects, have conversations, I apologize, in regards to credit until, I want to say use the word mistake, but maybe something uh, uh, negative or anything may happen. They've either got a credit card, they ran the credit card up, the bill up high, they miss payments, especially when kids get on their own, going to college. You got everybody offering them credit cards because they're 18 years old, they get it. They actually can keep swiping this card without having the money come out of their pocket, not even have any money at all, and they're able to purchase things. They pay on the credit card late, not understanding, the ramifications of it. And it happens far too often where kids make these mistakes, and then next thing they're out on their own, they graduate from college, or and then it comes to they want to buy a car, they want to do some kind of purchase, and the credit gets pulled. And everybody's going crazy, like, what did you do? What happened? They didn't understand. They remember doing certain things, but they didn't understand how it was going to impact them. You as a parent, a lot of times, if uh, there are shortcomings on them from a financial aspect, especially with credit, you may be in a position where you're forced to help them because they want to make this car. They're on their own and everything. And you may be a little reluctant or not even in capacity to be a co-signer or helping with certain things. And I want to have this give some information, give you some tips on helping your child establish credit. So when they're in a position to make certain acquisitions, they can do it finally. And most importantly, they don't have to get you involved. Again, that's a big drawback with a lot of parents. We don't mind helping our children, but do you necessarily want to be that co-signer if you don't have to? So that's why I want to give you guys some information today in regards to helping your child establish credit, so you don't have to be in that position. And most importantly, you're putting them on a pathway for success. Um, Credit is one of those things that uh, we really don't try to address until we need it and everything. Even as adults, let's take the kids out of the equation. A lot of times, if you're not necessarily working in the financial services industry, or you actually been groomed, which a lot of people have. I don't think a lot of times people uh, credit and finance are spoken in a lot of homes. If it's taught in the schools, and sometimes there are either finances and things, and homemakers brought up in different school settings. But depending on the maturity of the child, if they were receptive to the information or not. A lot of times we think back when we're 16, 17, 18 years old, unless you're one of those studious kids, you're really just trying to get, wait for the bell to ring to get out of there. You do enough to pass the class, but you don't necessarily retain a lot of information that was given to you. So I want to have this, discussion in regards to helping your child establish credits. Give you guys some tips there and discuss those tips. And I think if you implement these actual things, you'll see your child, no matter what age they are, it'll help them a lot, and also kind of make you feel good about, hey, I was able to, get this pathway set up for them. Okay. First thing we're talking about helping the child establish credit. What I want to do is one of the easiest things I think a lot of people don't do. Uh, get your credit card that you seldomly use, credit cards you seldomly use, and just make a child an authorized user. It's kind of like the same objective to say if you're looking at purchasing a trade line where this is a card that you use, like, I would make sure that they don't have any, they're listed as an authorized user, but they can't necessarily make any purchase anything. Like I said, it's based on that same concept. We have trade lines where a person may sell a person a trade line that they in good standing with, and it on paper it looks like this person here, this is their actual line of credit that they have, that they've established and everything. You can do the same thing for your child. Again, we're starting this out with the thought process that you're on top of everything on your end. You're modeling everything in a proper way where you have these you have this access to capital and this credit, and you're taking care of everything. Because again, just like you can help them, you can definitely hurt them also. But I would just look at giving me one of my credit cards that I seldom use and everything, and make them an authorized user. Limited access and restrict the access rather that they have to the card, and just say if it's a card that you maybe have that you use to make a purchase or do a certain acquisition, and you allow them to, you know, first step to see that they have purchases on there. You know, you can have something that you may have purchased for $1,000 that you maybe can pay for the next month, but you say, listen, let me stream it out, make a couple of payments on there. That's one of the first establishments of credit for your child. Okay, because again, it's nothing they have to go out and do or anything like that. You took care of it, put them on that card. That card you seldomly using, make an acquisition on it, make a couple of payments. You're establishing credit for them. Okay, it's very, very simple. But again, make sure you use a card that you seldomly use. The reason why I want to use a card that you seldomly use, we don't want what you don't want to have happen is something happen on your end that I brought up just a second ago that can negatively affect them. So we got a card that we hardly ever use, so we don't want to, so we can restrict the balance on it. Well, we're only just taking care of that for them. Okay. And again, I'm just giving you guys options to do to help your child establish credit. You know, it's not that one is better than the other. I think once you can look at your own situation and see, probably the best pathway for you to go. But if you use that card, make that purchase, make a couple of payments, pay it off, whatever. Now you're showing some kind of history of your child using credit and establishing credit for them. Okay. The second thing is, have your child get a secured loan between that 20 to 21-year-old, 21 to 20-year-old age, set as installment debt. This is one thing that I think a lot of people don't do, as far as you can go to the banks and just get your secured credit card or a secured loan, and you can have them just put down $500 to $1,000 with the bank, and it's listed as installment debt. They're using that deposit as collateral. They can make a couple payments on it and everything like that. And what happens is this is actually improving their credit score, because again, it's not even credit. This is not even a credit card debt. This is installment debt. Just like if they had a line of credit or they had a car loan, they're having it on there. The bank is fine because they have the collateral and they're making payments on it. Very, very simple for them to do. And I recommend that, around by that 19, 20, 21-year-old age where they can do that and everything. And again, this is alleviating you to have to even step in and maybe in the future being a co-signer. But most importantly, typically when a kid just is in that age where they get past 21, one of the first thing they want to do is what? Purchase a car. They already have an installment debt already on their credit report that they've paid for, they've been using and everything. I don't see too many places won't have a problem with funding them for that if they're on the income side, if that's sufficient. But again, we're just being proactive. We're being proactive. We're trying to help set our kids on a path for success where they're not scrambling to try to make, any kind of bad decisions where they can have to, suffer from bad terms, bad rates, forced to make decisions where they don't have to, because a kid gets out of college and they want to get a car, they've got hired, they want to do certain things. If they have certain credit challenges or just not even established credit, now they can't get that car. Now they can't get an apartment. And what we're just trying to do, parents, is just be proactive. We're helping the kids, getting these things established. Again, that right there, I think is a very good way, especially from an installment debt standpoint. You're helping them, get established. Again, like I said, again, you're just going down and, with them. And I really would suggest that you be with your child. If they particularly get their secured debt, go down to the bank, tell me you want a secured loan, explain to your child the process. And if there are communication issues, have the banker sit there and talk to them. You guys speak together. Hey, this is what we're doing. Let them know what's going on. It's one thing to help them, and I do recommend help them, but also kind of also teach them and let them know exactly what's happening. Again, we're trying to help our kids establish credit. And just tell them, hey, this is a secured loan. We're going to post this $1,000. The bank is going to use that for collateral. They're using that for collateral, just in case anything happens. They're going to give you, now you got access to probably $2,000. You put down $1,000, they give me a loan for $2,000. And they're sitting there looking like, okay, and it may even be $1,000. Just say if they don't double it up, whatever. But what happens is you can borrow the money, make payments on the money, and now you not only just establish credit, you're establishing installment debt. Because again, It's one thing to put them as an authorized user on the credit card. That's still what a credit card. We know the installment debt is way higher when we're looking at the overall credit score. So again, now it'd be a whole lot easier to have that access to do that car purchase with the installment debt on that credit report as opposed to just credit cards. Okay, just make sure again parents have communication. Let them know exactly what you're doing instead of just doing certain things. That's very, very, very important because again, there's going to come some point in time where the child's like, no, hey mom, hey dad, I got it. And when they make that decision, we want to make sure that from our, you can't control it, but you want to feel as comfortable as possible. That look, I set them on the right path, okay? Because as our kids get older, they start doing other things. They start making more money and they make their own decisions. They get a significant other. And again, we all know as a parent, you experience it, maybe they went through yourself. Once a spouse or something comes into the mix, too much we can say. Same thing, just like when they start making more income, too much you can't say. They may go to you for counseling with questions and things like that. They just may need some advisement, but for the most part, you're just mom, your dad. They love us, but they're not trying to hear what we got to say. That's what their husband for. That's what the girlfriend for, and everything. That doesn't make it right or wrong, but it is what it is. So we just want to make sure that we, as early as possible, we're being proactive, trying to give them this information. But I think that's an option a lot of people don't take advantage of in regards to that installment debt. I mean, that secure loan to establish a debt using the installment loans. That right there, I'm sorry, but forget it. Not the installment loan, use security debt, which is an installment loan, establishing credit. Again, go down to the bank, tell them want to secure it, put down whatever they say for the minimum of it and everything. And I think the usual minimum is that $500 to $1,000. They give that security loan. Man, it's a good option to use. Again, we're being proactive. We don't want to be doing this stuff in recovery mode where you can only get a credit card because you have a security debt. We want to be sitting here establishing things, creating relationships, and also most importantly, teaching our kids exactly what we're doing. Another option is to have them make a quarterly appointments with that banker to discuss future goals. Here's the deal, and it's one of the things that I always preach for Mr. Short Dollar is we want to get access to capital when we don't need it. Okay, I think that's very, very important that anybody should go by. You don't want to necessarily try to go get a loan, go get money when you need the money. You want to be as proactive as possible. It's a totally different thing when you can go down and talk to give a creditor on the phone and say, hey John, what's going on? Hey, yeah, this Deonte, look, I'm trying to do some expansion and stuff like that. I need a line of credit open up so I can get this equipment on a new contract. And sure, no problem and everything. Relationship banking is everything, especially when you're in business. And definitely when, just in regular life. It makes a world of difference when you can call a person instead of being, putting a pile of papers. So I suggest that you have your kids the mindset and if you have them for yourself, you do it also. Reach out to the bankers and creditors. Hey, listen, let's have a discussion. This is where I'm at. This is where I want to be. Let's talk once a month, once a quarter, twice a year, at the end of the year, beginning of the year, and set some goals. This is what I want to do. I want to have a car purchase. I want to purchase a home. I'm looking to start a business. Banks make their money off loan interests and also fees. So it behooves them to be doing, especially they know your child is someone that's working, maybe in school and stuff like that. Have them sit down, have some conversations. And if they don't want to have them conversation, they kind of let you know, well, you probably don't need to be banking with them. But have them being proactive with reaching out to these people, seeking good counsel, and strategizing their future. Okay, because from that point, when you're talking to the banker can also get situational specific products for your child. What I mean by situational specific products, that means being your child in school, being your child's age, being your child's income level, being your child's experience in life. They have all different kind of products at the bank, and there are different things that they can recommend for your child depending on where they are in life, between income, life, school, things like that, and help them in a system in terms of, why don't you do this? try this for maybe 6 months to a year, and then go to this. And then after you do this, you expand a little bit, go to this. Then once you get out of college, once you move to these products, these are the kind of things that we want to have our kids being proactive and having these conversations with their bankers to set them on the right path. The fourth thing is your whole thing is set on a plan. Where you're sitting here looking, and if you don't have an idea, make sure you reach out to me in regards, Mr. Short Dollar. I got all kind of links on the video at the bottom of the video with setting appointments and getting everything. Remember, I'm an accountant by profession. I own a business service firm. So as far as personal finance, setting up strategies and everything like that, that's one of our main niches that we do for individual and small businesses. So I want parents to always be keeping in mind this is the plan. This is where we are. This is where we want to be, and this is the path we're going to take. And when we're taking that path, this is where we want to be at this day, this week, this month, this quarter, and at the end of the year. And I think if you chop it up like that and break it down, it's a whole lot easier to accomplish as opposed to trying to do everything at one time and overwhelm yourself. So the plan I still go back to is that we're putting our kids on a proper financial pathway to where they'll be able to make acquisitions without us being a cosigner, without us having to be involved. And that's the thing about it, because I think most parents, genuinely want the best for their child and they will do anything for it. But if they don't have to actually put themselves at risk, then why do it? Now, if we can do everything on the front end where they won't necessarily need our assistance with doing it, let's take advantage of it. Okay. And again, you can go to my website, my company, Majestic Business Services. We have scheduling appointments. You can book an appointment. I can sit here and individually give you a game plan on how to do this and everything. We also have some of the budgeting. We have some classes and webinars coming up. Some are going to be free. The ones that are going to be probably a little bit more in depth and everything, they'll be maybe charged classes. But most of the general information is like what we give out on the YouTube channel on Mr. Short Dollar. In regards to how to set these budgets, how to do these things for the goal setting and everything like that. Most of that stuff we already given out for free. When the little products we maybe go a little bit more in depth with, that those ones may have some kind of cost applied to them. But for the most part, I just want you guys to just think about the plan. Remember, the thing is, we're setting them on that path where they're able to do everything on their own. Okay, they don't need a co-signer. They've done everything from 18 when they graduate high school to now they may be 22, 23, 24 years old. We're just talking about 5 or 6 years, right? They've done that kind of thing, and now they're able to go and purchase that car. Be 24, 25, they out of school, work for a couple years, now they're able to purchase that first home. Those are the kind of things we want for our children because we help lay a foundation for them, just like we did when they were younger, when they were in kindergarten, they went to middle school, went to high school, and eventually went to college or trade or whatever they did. We've always helped lay foundations for them. We've always helped educate them and do certain things. And this is just another stepping stone where we can help do that, because it's no greater feeling than any parent to see your child being successful. And that's what, I want to continue to do with my 4 sons. And I want you guys to do with your children as well. So again, those are just some couple of quick tidbits to help you guys in regards to helping your children establish credit. If you have any questions, you want to get, going more in depth about it, reach out to me. That's, just post on the, leave comments on the YouTube. Make sure you like the video, but, just, leave a comment. If it's something general that you want to ask, do that. If there's anything more specific, my office phone number and the link to the office and even the booking links to everything. All that stuff is at the bottom in the details with the description and everything. But I really want to help you guys out, and I want the best for your kids, just like I want for mine and everything. So I appreciate the support with Mr. Short Dollar. Keep watching the videos. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave comments, like the videos. Again, with Mr. Short Dollar, we talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, and real estate investing. And I hope this information I gave you guys in regards to helping your children establish credit is beneficial to you. Again, don't be hesitant. No dumb questions. Reach out to me if you got any questions. Hey, thanks a lot. I hope this information helped you guys. Again, take care of yourself and keep watching Mr. Short Dollar. Take care.